Hello guys, this is Porosh again. Today I'm going to show you how to create a photo animation similar to this one. There are photos and next and one previous button. When I click this button, photo changes, and this is a very basic tutorial for them who just wonder how to do this type of animation. Okay, so let's start. I am using Flash Professional Creative Cloud. You can use CS3 and above versions, but the important thing is you must select ActionScript 3. So I'm gonna select ActionScript 3. I would like to change my stage dimension according to my photo. I have 5 photos inside this folder, photo animation. Then inside images folder I have 5 photos, and all of them are with 700 and 300 resolutions. I mean 700 width and 300 height. Okay, so I have to change my stage dimension according to those photo. Okay, so change 700 and 300, and I will keep the frame rate per second exactly the same. Okay, but first I have to import all those photos. So file, import to library. You see those photos, photo animation, then images, and there are 5 photos. I'll select all of them and press open. You see those photos have been imported on my library. Now I'll drag one of them. I will align into center, align this photo into center. Okay, now I have to convert this as a movie clip to listen to my event listener. So select the photo, right button, click right button of your mouse, convert to a symbol, change type button to movie clip, and name it. I'll name it IMG holder. Press OK. You see now I have a symbol on my library called IMG holder, and this is that symbol. If I delete this one, I have still that symbol. So I'll drag it back to my stage, change alignment. I'll double click and go inside this image holder. Double click, and I am inside this image holder. And now I'll zoom it out a little bit, 25, and drag second image, then third one, fourth one, and the last one. Okay, let's go back to the scene 1. Now you see I have a image holder with 5 images, and now I'll rename this layer IMG holder, and I will insert another new layer, insert, and I will rename this layer mask, and I'll draw a rectangle on my stage. I don't need stroke color, so I'll just use fill color, drag and draw a rectangle. I'll change this color. I'll change it to this color, and I will also change this rectangles width and height with exactly the same of my stage and photos. 700, width and height 300, and I will align this into center. Okay, I will lock this layer and insert another new layer, and I will rename this layer buttons. I will zoom it out a little bit. Okay, now I'll draw a rectangle to make my button. Set line color, select half and delete rest of it. Okay, get rid of line color and use free transform tool. Okay. Select and delete it. I think it's okay. It looks like a button. I will change the color. I'll use linear gradient color. Okay, I'll change linear color, this to this, and I'll use gradient transform tool to change my gradient position. Change it. Okay, now I will convert it into a button. Select convert to a symbol. This time I'll choose button, name it previous button. Okay, let's make stage smaller. Okay, no, this is too small. Okay, position my button, go inside my button and insert another keyframe. Change gradient color with little bit darker. And then insert another keyframe. Change gradient color black to okay, it will do for me, I think. If I test this movie, it will looks like this one. You see, my button has been created. Okay, now I will make another copy of this button. Copy and paste in place. Modify, transform, flip horizontally. You see, now I have two buttons. Zoom it out. Now change position of the button. Let's see, let's on the center first. Okay, now I think it's okay now. So I have two buttons and an image holder, and inside that image holder I have 5 images. see, I have 5 images inside that image holder, and I'll lock this buttons layer too. Okay, but first I have to give all these objects an instant name. First I'll give instant name my buttons, unlock this layer again, rename this button, give an instant name of this button, next button, and this one preview button, preview button. Lock this layer again, and I have to give an instant name of my image holder too. Select image holder, give an instant name, image holder. Okay, lock this image holder layer again, insert another new layer, name it action. You can name it anything, action. Yeah, you can name it action script, script code, etc. But I'd like to rename it with action script, action. Okay, select first frame of the action layer, go Windows, action, and this pop-up action panel. Now just type stop, and now I'll type and click event listener to listen to my 2 buttons. So type add event listener, and it will be mouse event dot click, and I have to give a function name. I will name it change images. So I have to create a function change images, opening parenthesis, event mouse event, closing parenthesis, opening curly brace, enter, and closing curly brace. And this time I will use switch statements for this 2 button, because I think switch statement is easier. You don't have to create multiple event listener for your buttons, just one event listener and switch statement, and it will do for you. So switch even dot target case break semicolon, case colon break semicolon. In what case? In next button case. So in case of button, and here in case of preview button. Save this project. I forgot to save it. Now save this project. I'll save it desktop, photo animation, and here I'd like to save it, name it animation. Save. My file has been saved now. Okay, now I will create a variable, integer variable, to increase when I click next button and decrease when I click previous button. So var, and I'll call this variable counter, and it is integer equal to 1. Okay, now when I click next button my counter will increase plus plus. When I click next button, counter plus plus, copy this, paste it for previous button, and change it plus plus to minus minus. Okay, and if I trace my counter now, trace counter, and here also if I trace counter for my previous button, if I test it, when I click my next button, my counter increases from 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and previous button, and it decreasing 6, 5, 4, 3. As I have 5 images on my image holder, I would like to give some restriction of my counter. So if for the next button, if counter greater than, less than 5, then counter will increase. And for previous button, if counter greater than 1, then counter decrease. If I test it now, save it, control, test, when I click next button, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it stopped and it's not increasing, and for previous button 1 and it's not increasing because here I said if counter less than 5 then it will increase, and if counter greater than 1 and counter will decrease. And now I have to make twin to animate my image holder. So first I have to import twin class and easing class. So first type import fl transitions dot twin, and then easing, import fl dot transition dot easing dot time semicolon. And these two lines are very important. If you don't type these two lines, it won't work. Now I have to make another variable for twinning my image. So var, name it t colon twin. And now when I click next button, and if counter less than 5, then t new twin, and I would like to twin my image holder, and this want an string value, and I would like to change it x position. So x, and I want it will be strong dot is in, and from where to is, and I want it from east, I want it image holder dot x. I want this easing effect start from image holder dot x. Whatever the position is, it will start from its position image holder dot x and end image holder dot x minus 700. I type image holder minus 700 because I have my stage 700, and every time when I press my next button, my image holder will move its position, its x position to minus 700, okay, x, okay, and I want it, and this is the duration, okay, so I want it from 0.5 to, I want my image holder to in x change x position, strong is out, this is easing effect, from its position to minus 700 and 0.5 seconds, okay, just copy this line and paste it below for previous button and change the x minus 700 to plus 700, okay, save it and test it. You see, nothing can be seen. So I have created a mask rectangle. Just select that mask layer, right click and choose mask. You see, the mask is something that whatever below that mask can be seen, otherwise the other position cannot be seen. You see, only that position is below that mask can be seen here. Now if I test it now, control test, if I press next button and 5 image, it's stopped because I have reduces the counter here, and if I click, it's changing. And you can change this counter plus to minus. Now let's change it first. Okay, I would like to change counter. When I click next button, this counter, and change this counter from if greater than 1, and for the previous button less than 5, and here minus minus, and here plus plus, and here plus, and here minus. Now if I test it now, you see, now it looks like that I am clicking next button and sliding next, and previous button sliding previous. Okay, if you want to change this animation with, let's go back to the action layer and action panel, change strong is into strong is out, and this one out, and if I faster than previous one, and if I change the duration 0.5 to 1.5, it bit slower, I don't like it. Okay, 0.5 is better, and strong is in better. Okay guys, I think you have learned something from this tutorial. This tutorial is for the beginners who have just wondering how to create this type of animation, and not for the advanced user, because they may think this is a bullshit. Anyway, I hope you have learned something. See you in the next tutorial. Until good night.